Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. If a man knows more than others, he becomes lonely. Where your fear is, there is your task. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. If the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases. What did you do as a child that made the hours pass like minutes? Herein lies the key to your earthly pursuits. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Children learn by an adult's example, not by their words. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. To ask the right question is already half the solution of a problem. You are not what happened to you, you are what you choose to become. The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived lives of the parents. For better to come, good must stand aside. Life really does begin at 40. Up until then, you are just doing research. He who is afraid needs dependence, as a weakened man needs support. Loneliness does not come from having no people about one, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to oneself, or from holding certain views which others find inadmissible. The soul needs your recklessness, not your wisdom. Man needs difficulties, they are necessary for health. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. We are born at a given moment, in a given place, and like vintage years of wine, we have the qualities of the year and of the season in which we are born. Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries. Every form of addiction is bad, no matter whether the narcotic is alcohol, morphine, or idealism. Midlife is the time to let go of an overdominant ego and to contemplate the deeper significance of human existence. People grow like plants, some in light, others in shade. There are many who need shade, not light. A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them. The healthy man does not torture others. Generally, it is the tortured who turn into torturers.
Shrinking away from death is something unhealthy and abnormal which robs the second half of life of its purpose. Man cannot stand meaningless life. Woe to those who live by examples. There is no life in them. If you live by example, you live the life of that example. But who will live your life but yourself? So live your own life. We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. People grow like plants, some in light, others in shade. There are many who need shade, not light. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. What we walk away from, shying away from, ostensibly forgetting, is dangerously close to us. And eventually it will return, but with redoubled force. Man can endure the hardest trials if he sees meaning in them. The whole difficulty lies in creating that meaning. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved but only outgrown, where love rules. There is no will to power, and where power predominates, love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. Every human life contains a potential. If that potential is not fulfilled, then that life was wasted. Knowledge rests, not upon truth alone, but upon error also. Depression is like a woman in black. If she turns up, don't shoo her away. Invite her in, offer her a seat, treat her like a guest and listen to what she wants to say. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. In each of us there is another whom we do not know. Most people consider themselves very knowledgeable in psychology for one simple reason. Psychology for them comes down to what they know about themselves. Don't rush to help those who haven't asked you to, because not everyone who is drowning needs a hand. Some want to.